Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we've had a few technical difficulties here. The screw fell out of my ring light and now it just has one screw, so I'm hoping it doesn't fall. I need to order more screws online. I got my ring light from Diva Ring Light, so I need to order more. The screw wasn't like super strong and I don't know if the tripod is like too light to carry such a heavy ring light, so let's hope it doesn't fall. But let's get into today's video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Ashley Isabella if you are new here, and I decided to do a monthly favorites. I haven't really done a monthly favorites ever. This is going to definitely be a month slash almost 2 months of favorites because some of these products just launched and some of these products have launched a while ago. So let's get into number 1, which is the 24 Karat Skin Frost Pro palette by Jeffree Star. So we have a big mirror in the palette and these are the shades. I really like the shade range in this palette. So the reason I like this palette are like the highlights are really blinding. So if you want a blinding highlighter palette and you want to pay like, I mean, this was only $45, which for me was a bargain for what you get. You get so many beautiful shades in this palette, especially for deeper skin tones, and for me I really like this. So my favorite shade is Sarcophagus, which is right here, and as you can see it's blinding. Like, do you guys see how beautiful that is? I have a little bit of it as a highlight topper over some other highlights on my face at the minute. I found this palette super creamy and pigmented. Every shade is just so pigmented and they really show up on the skin. The shades that are too dark for me I use as highlighter, especially King Tut. It's a gorgeous shimmery highlight. The only one that takes a bit of work and it seems like a harder consistency is Liberace, but it still shows up super pigmented. You guys see? So I really recommend this palette if you want something that's super crumbly, nice highlighters. Maybe if you have light skin you could go for the lighter version of this. I also have light skin, but Sarcophagus has been amazing. The other shades I wear on my eyes. But if you want to get the other palette, I didn't put this in my favorites because I'm still testing it out. I do use it, but I don't know if it would be like necessarily a favorite yet. I need to test it out more, which is the Platinum Ice palette by Jeffree Star. This is another favorite. As you guys can see, it's super mucky looking and horrible, but this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. You guys can see most of it's used up. So it has a pump and you just pump it out into your hand. I'm wearing it at the minute. It's a very heavy coverage foundation, so if you're not into that I wouldn't suggest you buy this or anything like that. But if you want that really, you know, if you're looking for that full coverage Instagram look, or the look that, you know, when you want a foundation you use one pump and it covers your face and it's full coverage, this. For dry skin it can get a bit dry and sometimes you can have creases under your eyes, but if you blend it in properly with a beauty blender then it should be fine. Really love this foundation and I definitely will be repurchasing it, which says a lot. I think it was like 30 something euro, but it's lasted me months and I definitely think it's worth it. A little bit goes a long way. So next is actually another foundation again. This is the Wet n Wild Soft Photo Focus Foundation. So this is the foundation that everyone says is a holy grail of theirs for just, you know, everyone on YouTube. It's just like a holy grail for life. This is in the shade Soft Ivory. So this, the only annoying thing about this I don't like is this thing, the little paddle that you kind of have to swish it onto your face. I need to get a deeper shade. I got the shade Soft Ivory and it's nice, but it's just way too light for me, and it's winter here at the minute but it's still too light. I think these are amazing if you have a light skin tone. They're not yellowy at all. I mean, they're not pinky toned or too yellow. They're very neutral, which I really like if you are in neutral tones like myself. I just need to get a deeper shade, but I do like this. It's not full coverage. It is very buildable, but it's not a full coverage foundation. So just keep that in mind. But if you like light to medium coverage, then I think you would like this. It's just a really nice foundation. I know a lot of people love it. It's also cruelty free, which is amazing. I love Wet n Wild. Another foundation, I have a lot of foundations in this, is this the L'Oreal in Paris Infallible 24-Hour Mattifying Infallible Foundation. That's a lot of words, and I got the shade Natural Rose. This is literally a perfect shade for my skin tone. It matches my skin tone super well. This is my favorite foundation I have ever used in my life. It beats the number 7 one, it beats the Kat Von D one. So L'Oreal Paris, you are doing a service. I really like this foundation. I've tried a couple from L'Oreal Paris and I do like them, but this just, It stays on all day. If I want to pick a foundation for like a wedding or a Debs, or if I'm going to an event, then I will put on this foundation because I know it lasts all day, and that's a true test for me. What you reach for when you're traveling or what you reach for when you're going to an event, it's amazing. I think this is a bit more pricier for a drugstore foundation. When I say pricey, I mean like 12 to 14 euros, which is not that pricey because these last a lot. I had my first tube for so long, and now I'm only going on to my second tube now. They last super long, so I really recommend this foundation. You can get lighter shades or deeper shades. I'm not sure on how good their shade range is. I'm sorry for the background noise, but I hope that it's kind of a wide shade range, hopefully. It really does look amazing. I'll have to check out the shade range thing. I think they have launched some deeper shades. I'll check it out. So the next product that I really have been loving is the Lock-It foundation that goes with Lock-It concealer, from Kat Von D. And I got this shade L1 Neutral. I'm just going to swatch the shade for you guys. This is a very, very light concealer because I like a very light underneath of my eyes. I didn't get like the white one, which is like super cool if you're like, you could use it for, you know, really brightening under your eyes. I got this one because it's a shade down from that, and it's still very, very bright. A little bit goes a long way. It's the same like thicker consistency as the Lock-It foundation. Really rate this concealer highly. I forgot to tell you guys, the shade I'm in the Lock-It foundation is Light 44 Cool. That's the shade I'm in. I got matched in Debenhams in Ireland, where they sell kind of more high-end makeup, so that's where I got matched for that. Right here, the e.l.f. palettes. These are definitely my favorite products. So I got this bronzer palette a while ago, and I had no idea. Like, look, the mirror is huge, don't mind that, and the colors are really, really nice. They don't look too warm toned, but they're also not, they don't make me look orange for my skin tone. I really rate these highly. They're super pigmented. Like, they're so pigmented, and they're so nice. They look so good on the skin. They really cut the cheekbones. I've been loving these palettes. Like, I use them every day in my makeup routine. I cannot go without them now. So I really, really like these. And I think these were like 10 or 12 euro. Really, really good product. I really like it. And there's a lot of product in these, so I think they'll last me a while. So I love that. The next thing is another e.l.f. palette. I recently just got it. Like, this is the blush palette. This is the dark blush palette. Now, the reason I got the dark blush palette is because I like my blushes to be more of these tones. I don't wear blush much. I'm not a huge fan of blush, but when I do wear it, I like to wear more orangey pinks. And then there's a couple pink, there's like a pink one in here and a red one. But these, on my skin tone, they're very pigmented. They'd be amazing on deeper skin tones also. But on my skin tone, I just use a tiny tap. But lately I've been doing blush just to add a glow. I love when you like have, some people do like that soft glam look, and then they put the blush on their nose, their cheeks, everywhere, and it just looks really nice, like an elf or something. But yeah, literally elf, get it? I'm cringe. So this is a very, very nice palette. I really recommend that as well if you want a nice blush palette. They have the lighter ones also. And then I think they have dark and light. The Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I know I'm like a 50 million years late with this, but I love the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This isn't the Hoola Light, this is Hoola. I've tried Hoola Light too. I prefer Hoola. I mean, I have lighter skin tone in the summer. It's not as light, but I don't know why I'm trying to swatch that. But this is just perfect. It really cuts the cheekbones. You have to be careful with how much pigmentation. Like, it has so much pigmentation that you have to be careful when you dip in. You don't want to take too much and look kind of streaky. But this has just been a lifesaver. It lasts and lasts. I want to get the bigger box and then try Hoola Light as well, but I really love this. It's my favourite bronzer I've ever tried. I prefer it over my Urban Decay ones also. So next is the L'Oreal Paris. L'Oreal Paris has just been really rocking it for me. I just really like what they're doing lately. The Infallible Mattifying Base Primer, and I know this has been out a while, but I've had this and I've used this for months, and only now is it running low. Literally, this primer is a very silicone feel primer. Like, my favourite type of primers are like the clear ones that feel very silicone-y. It's not like the Benefit Pore Professional, really. Well, I like that primer, but I'm not crazy on it. This I really like. It does actually make my makeup last longer, and it's very like slippy. It makes the skin feel super soft, and I really like it. Really love this primer. Next, we have palettes. No, we have concealer. Another concealer, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I hesitated putting these in the favourites because I'm still testing them out, and I find that they do crease under the eyes sometimes. But if you put them down a bit lower and you just don't apply too much, then they work really well. I love the wand. I love the way these are like supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to test out the real Tarte Shape Tape and do a video comparing the two soon. But yeah, I really like these. I highly rate these concealers, and they're like €4. So the next thing is from Makeup Revolution, and it's the Soph X Soph Kiss palette. That's by Soph Does Nails. She's an amazing YouTuber. You should check her out. As also, I will link her channel in the description. So this is her palette that she brought out. All the shades speak to me. The black is the most pigmented black I've ever tried. The shimmer shades are amazing. I've used the heck out of this palette. You can probably tell I've travelled with it. Every time I wear this palette I get a bunch of compliments. And this has just been my palette of the year. My favourite palette. I just love everything about it. You can create a variety of looks from like soft, glam, to like going out on a night out, like events, stuff like that. So you can go from like soft to like, you know, cake face, which I'm into as well. I like a lot of makeup. So I really like this palette, and I highly rate this palette. You definitely should go get it. It's literally like €12 I think, or 10 or €12. It's a steal, and I love it so much. The next palette is the Huda Beauty. This is a more expensive palette, the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I tried this and I immediately fell in love. I knew what all the hype was about. I was obsessed with it. I had a feeling that I would really like it. The mirror, first of all, the mirror is huge. It's a huge mirror, and the colors in it are just like warm tones. You got some neutral browns and taupe colors, and you also got some beautiful shimmer colors like Twilight, Nefertiti, Angelic. Oh, these colors are just beautiful. I love this palette. It blends out, like, it's probably the easiest palette I've ever used to blend. It just blends out everything seamlessly. It's so nice on the eye, and you can create like a variety of looks with it. Super recommend that. The last two palettes that I have been obsessed with is the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. I really like Morphe as a brand. I have a bunch of their palettes. I know like a lot of people don't like them, but I really do like them. I'll never apologize for liking them. I love that brand. They're just amazing. I really like how pigmented their shadows is, but this definitely blows it out of the park. Just the colour scheme alone, you can get so many looks out of this palette. It's insane. So I'm really obsessed with this palette. My cat is like eating something. Come here. Binks. Sorry guys, my cat is just like wondering what she's eating because she gets into mischief all the time. So this palette has a lot of warm shades and then a lot of deeper tones as well. Really obsessed with this palette. Could not rate it more. This is the palette that I reach for when I'm traveling somewhere. It's the palette that I reach for almost every day. I do a lot of different looks. I am using a lot of my other palettes because I have a lot of makeup and I want to use a lot of it every day. So yeah, obsessed with this palette, and I highly recommend it. I think it's definitely worth the money also because it is a bit of a steep price. Now, another Morphe palette is the Morphe 3502 palette. I recently did a review of this. I will link my review of the Huda Beauty palette and this palette right here down below, and I plan on doing a review of the Jaclyn Hill palette. I wanted to test it for over a month and just give you guys my full unbiased review and thoughts because it is such a hyped up palette that I really wanted to test it out. This is the 3502 palette, and I'm wearing it on my eyes right now. I really love it. I love every shade in this palette, especially like the matte shades are just so pigmented. The black in this palette is pigmented. Everything is just, I know I keep saying the word pigmented, I'm sorry, I cannot think of another word to say about this. It's just amazing. It's a really nice palette, and I love the tones and the reds and how deep they are, and a little bit goes a very long way. You need to do a lot of blending and not that much product. You don't need to put that much product on. It's super pigmented. I'm really happy with this palette. It was €25 off Beauty Bay. I will link it down below. This was one of my other favourite palettes of the month, of the year. There we go. So I cannot believe it, but that is my favorites video. This is the first favorites video I've ever done, so let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know you liked it and I know to keep making more of these types of videos. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! And subscribe, click that link down below, and click that big red button and tap on the bell to turn post notifications on. I love you guys. Bye!